Hi everybody, today's video is addressing the topic of age and whether or not it matters in the workplace. My opinion is that it does not. It matters who the person is, and I know that it's really difficult for some people to look at you, especially if you're 80 years old or if you're 20 years old, and look at you as somebody who is strong, experienced, and ready to go. Because let's face it, the discrimination is everywhere. For the young people, I know I felt it a lot. You're constantly spoken to in a condescending way. You're constantly told you don't have enough experience and that there's no way you could do certain things. And then on the other spectrum, for the older people, you're constantly left out of things that you should be working on because people think you're too slow, or people think that you're not competent anymore. You're not as sharp as you used to be. So how do you get over this? Well, first of all, if somebody ever tells you, like I've heard a billion times, that it's all in your head, they're partly right. And I'll tell you why. I know that it is everywhere. And if somebody tells you that it doesn't exist anymore, age discrimination, then they're kind of turning the blind eye to the problem. It's kind of like if somebody says the racism doesn't exist anymore. It's obvious to a lot of people that it still does. It's rampant, and so is age discrimination. So how do you get over that? Well, the first thing to do is to be aware of the people around you who do discriminate because of age. If you're aware of that, then you can work around it and you can be mentally prepared whenever you're around those people to do your work. There's unfortunately some things that you cannot change someone's mind. For example, I once had a problem with a man because I'm a woman. And one of my mentors at the time told me to just show the man that you can do your job and do it well. So that's exactly what I did. Unfortunately, some people's dogmas could never be changed. And that's going to be the same case with age discrimination. Unfortunately, some people's minds you just can't change. So in those cases, try to use the organizations that are around you to help you. For example, if your company has a good HR, talk to your HR. If you have a manager that you trust or a senior person to you, then talk to them about it. Any mentors that you have around you, talk to them about it. Even if you're an older person, you can still have mentors, okay? And sometimes they might be younger than you, and that's okay. We're talking about age discrimination here. So that means looking at everybody for who they are, blank slate, close your eyes and see who they are. What else could you do? You can remind yourself why you're there. This one is probably the hardest one because it's sort of like you're coaching yourself. Why are you there in the first place? Why are you so good at what you do? What can you bring to the table? And what have you brought to the table already to prove that you are more than competent for the job that you're doing? It's the hardest one because we are also sometimes our worst enemies. But try your very best, and if it doesn't work, when you coach yourself, look to outer resources to help you. Like I said, some people don't believe that it exists still, and so even though they might be nice people, sometimes when you talk to them and try to vent about certain things, they're going to beat around the bush, or they're going to try to just sway you to change the subject. And I've seen this happen with older coworkers in my past who were talking to other people and venting. I would see the listener try to change the subject as if it was something to just brush aside, but it's not. And I know how it feels, and I've seen how it makes other people feel. So if you ask me, in my opinion, does age matter? No. I have had excellent people work for me that are very young, in their early 20s, and I have had older people work for me coming back from retirement in their late 70s, and they did an excellent job. So do I think age matters? No. Do I think you should think age matters? No. And if it does bother you, or if you have it, you feel it constantly happening around you, then either try to coach yourself or try to find somebody to talk to about it who can help you.